All right, we'll call to order the Tangi Parish School Board meeting for April 21st, 2026. Miss Amanda, can we get a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Anthony?
Here.
Mr. Westmoreland?
Present.
Miss Abrams?
Here.
Miss Dominguez?
Present.
Mr. Duncan?
Here.
Mr. Moore? Mr. Piazza?
Here.
Miss Richards?
Present.
And Mr. Toller.
All right, item B is the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Toller, would you mind leading us, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I feel so empty. I ain't got nobody next to me tonight.
All right, item 2A is consider approval of board minutes.
So moved.
Second.
All right, this is the board minutes from April 14th, 2026. We have a motion from Mr. Toller and a second from Miss Abrams. Is there any opposition to approval of the minutes? All right, hearing no opposition, motion passes unanimously. Item 2B is consider approval of Finance Committee meeting. This is also from April 14th, 2026.
Motion to adopt. Second.
We have a motion to adopt by Mr. Westmoreland and a second by Mr. Piazza. Is there any opposition on the board to adopting? With no opposition, the motion passes. 3, academic update. A, recognition of the LHSAA All Academic Composite Team. I believe this is Mr. Vining.
Thank you, Mr. Anthony. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Vining, Coordinator of Athletics for Tangi Parish. I have the privilege of recognizing an outstanding group of athletes. These young adults are a tribute to their families, schools, and the Tangi Parish school system. They each reach the ultimate goal of a student athlete by maintaining a perfect 4.0 grade point average for 8 semesters. This is for their entire time in high school from 9th to 12th grade while participating in an LHSA athletic program. As I call their names, I ask that they come forward to receive their certificate and that their families stand and be recognized. I want to also let you know some of them are in the state championship, in the playoffs. I know Laranja girls are in the playoffs, some of the girls are in the playoffs for softball, and also Ponchatoula girls are in the playoffs for softball. Also, for boys baseball, if you're available, and of course I know our superintendent will be there tomorrow night, Laranja High School boys were in the playoffs. In the second round, they'll be playing at home against Archbishop Hannon. Game tomorrow night starts at 6 o'clock. So if you don't have any plans, come out and watch a good baseball game. First off, Caitlin Barton, girls basketball, Ponchatoula High School. It's the far right. Next is Kinsley Cutie, cross country and outdoor track, Ponchatoula High School. Next is Adeline Gill, softball, Laranja High School. Of course, she's in a game tonight. Next is Peyton Harrell, girls tennis, Hammond High School. Jaden Hollis, girls powerlifting, Ponchatoula High School. Isabella Massa, girls tennis, Hammond High Magnet. Simone Sanderford, girls basketball and outdoor track, Jules Sumner. Alexis Smith, girls outdoor track, Ponchatoula High School. Noah Shirey, boys tennis, Hammond High Magnet. Kelsey Solomon, softball, Jewel Sumner, and of course she's in a playoff game tonight. Janelle Treadwell, girls outdoor track, Jewel Sumner. And the last one, Artem Varnave, swimming, Hammond High Magnet. That's it.
Coach, how many golf teams do we have? Like Hammond?
Hammond, Ponchatoula, and LaRoche. And LaRoche is
Got a lady?
I haven't heard about Hammond.
One more addition,
Is that one more for us?
public school.
We got somebody showed up late. It's
Oh, and swimming, we don't have a swimming team. Okay.
We got a pond, but we don't.
Congratulations.
Channel 17, proudly serving the Florida parishes.
Also, too, I think, do we have our coach, the coaches for, I know Caden's coach, one of the coaches here, she's here, and also, we just thank y'all so much, parents, y'all coming out, awesome job with your student athletes and also these young men who are state champions. Thank you for your time. Y'all be safe.
All right, so we have academic update, item 3B. It's You Be the Solution Awards.
Good evening. My name is Glenda Husser, and I have the privilege of being the STEM curriculum facilitator for our district. And it's with great honor that I come to you this afternoon to present this award. I want to, before I do anything else, I want to recognize and thank the parents. So if you're a parent of one of these really smart students, will you please stand so we can recognize you? And in a close race, right behind the parents, if you're a teacher or an administrator of one of these really brilliant students, will you please stand to be recognized? And in a little distance behind them, I want to thank the board members, Ms. Stilley, Mr. Jinko, Dr. Fassell, Ms. Lanier, and all the other people that helped support this through the years. It's truly a unique opportunity for our students. So before I go on, I want to tell you a little bit about what You Be the Solution is. It's an overwhelming, enjoyable day. These students have made it the highlight of my year to get to enjoy this event with them. And they're so smart that I can't even tell you how smart they are. And if you don't tell, they even made Miss Stilley not think she was so smart. So, let's talk about this. First of all, you may have heard of it before. It used to be called the You Be the Chemist Challenge. And some people smarter than me decided that these students are so smart, we need to say, there you be the solution, because one day they're going to have all of our solutions. So what the competition is all about, These students get chosen because of their track record, not with athletics, but with academics. They have to have high scores in their science classes. They have to have advanced or mastery on their LEAP test. And then, as if that weren't enough, they have to take a qualifier to show how smart they are. And the test is hard. And it has 40 questions that they have to push through and answer. So then we come up with our people that are going to represent our schools. And we have 20 schools in the district that are made up of grades 5 through 8. Of the students at their schools, only 4 can compete in the challenge. We take all the students to the challenge, and they get to participate in some fun activities, and they get to listen to the answers, and I wish you could see their excitement. Because when the questions are read, the audience is trying just as hard as the kids that are doing the challenge. And when the answers then flash on the screen, they're going, yes, I got it. And then I see these students high-fiving each other because it's a team effort. And that's what really makes it enjoyable for me. I get to see not only their individual intelligence, but how they work together cooperatively to find the answer. And it's truly amazing. We go through the challenge for the first 2 rounds, then we take a break. They all get to go back with all of their friends, and they get to see some really cool science, truly geeky things. I get geeked out. Can you be honest and raise your hand? Did you get geeked out too? Then I want to in front of y'all. It's really cool. Then they get to go to have lunch. And most of them will tell you that's the highlight of their day because they don't have to eat in the cafeteria and they get to enjoy picking what they want to eat. Then we go back for the final round, and it's just a wonderful day. And then we pick, based on the scores, who is in 3rd, 2nd, and 1st place. And here are those students that are so smart. So I've shared with you about our day, and I've told you about our teams. Now listen to some statistics. Here's my math friends will like this idea. There are roughly 5,284 students in grades 5 through 8. We have 20 schools that participate, and then we have 4 from each school that form their team. So if we do some math, that's about 80 kids. Okay? So then we get up there, and these kids dwindle down and start getting all the right answers. So you're looking at tonight, representing Tangipahoa Parish, the top 0.2% of the cream of the crop for Tangipahoa Parish. And as you can tell, I like to talk and brag about our kids. But I know we have a lot more business to take care of tonight. But if I leave you with anything, I want you to really hear, students, this is only the beginning. You've shown that you have what it takes. Now you continue on in middle school for some of you. For the rest of you, you continue on in high school and you go out there and you grab those STEM jobs, whether you go on to VOTEC or college, because the road ahead is bright for you guys. And we're going to be proud of you to make Tangi proud. So as I call your name, Miss Stilly and Mr. Trent are going to give you your well-deserved certificates and medals. We'll start with 3rd place. 3rd place tonight from way up north, from Rue Land, is Kentwood High Magnet School, and we have Miss Jamira Bickham. And I said your name wrong, and I told you I wouldn't. It's Jamaria, correct? Jamaria Bickham. Then we have Miss Jade Gardner. Miss Christian Gordon. And Mr. Ethan Parton. Second place, from Laranja Middle, home of the Wolves, we have Erilyn Creighton, Aria Davis, Beckett Malazzo, who couldn't be with us tonight, and Nicholas Reyes. And finally, in first place, from Hammond Eastside Upper Magnet, we have Elise Fellows, Ava Goldberg, who couldn't be with us tonight, Darrence Parker, who couldn't be here tonight, but Layden Wagaspat could.
Be careful.
All right, we have item 3C, it's ACT, Senior Superlative Recognition.
Good evening. I am Rochelle Bates with Academic Services. I am the supervisor for all of our high schools, and I have the distinct pleasure of giving out the awards to our seniors who have scored 27 or above on the ACT test. Now, I don't know what it's like to get a 27 or 20 because I'm still paying student loans now. So this opens up a world of opportunities for our seniors. And we're going to begin with Hammond High Magnet School. Our first student is Regina Adu. Parker Blades. Cale Carlisle. John Christian. Faye Copsey. Bella Crawford. Robert Duncan.
100%.
He gets his smarts from his mom.
Noah Finkelman. Peyton Harrell. Jenna Jones. Michael Jones. Tyler LeBay. Ella Martin. Amelia McKinney. Elsie McNeil. Noah Shirey. And Jillian Williams.
Mr. Bates, you can join us this day.
Congratulations.
Great job, great job.
Our next school is Independence High Magnet School. Donovan Robertson. Our next school is Laranja High School. Mary Claire Anthony. Abigail Catalano. Keelan Cooper. Philip Flynn. Jason Porter. Victory Talaferro.
Just let everybody know too, we will take a short break after we finish all the awards so we can take pictures out in the lobby behind the backdrop and stuff, so.
Our next school is Ponchatoula High School. Katie Addison. Candace Alford. Carter Ames. Zachary Bagby. Kalen Barnes. Logan Bickham. Michael Calcagna. Paul Chaperon Jr. Parrish Cluot. Olivia Cochran. Kent Khalil Espradron. Promise Fair. Santana Garcia. Jalen Hamburger. Hannah Harper. Brinson Hadaway. Bryce Hill. Jaden Hollins. Brianna Jacobs. Amelia McGlynn. Kaylin Neck. Allie Perilou. Caleb Phillips. Joseph Rapu. Alexis Schmidt. Brady Smith. Madison Smith. Gage Stowe. Adam Thomas. Madison Vaccaro. Artem Varnave. Bailey Wall.
Yeah. Do the math.
Hey, there was that 1 year.
There was one,
There was that
and
one year.
I made sure to publish it all over.
You sure did.
You good.
As always.
Where you been? Give an account of yourself.
Huh? You going for that one? I don't think they're gonna fit me in there.
It's above paper. It's definitely above ours. It's definitely above ours.
Miss Gill is coming.
There you go. Congratulations. Huh?
My great niece was on it. My great niece.
Our next school is Sumner High School.
No one came?
Caden McIntyre. Vincent Pan. And Ender Thomas. Thank you all.
We're going to take a 5-minute break for any parents that want to go out and take photos in the lobby, and we'll resume after 5 minutes.
Channel 17, proudly serving the Florida parishes.
All right, we're going to continue on with item 4, which is financial updates. And we have a presentation by Detillier Financial Advisors, LLC.
Fun with numbers.
It's Tom's favorite time.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name's Jody Detillier. This is Rustin Mathern. We're going to share the presentation. We're going to try to be very quick. First off, it's quite impressive, all the students and how well they've done. Very impressive. So you can go to the next slide. I just want to do a quick overview. My father, back in 1976, started our firm, Detillier Financial Advisors. We're located, if you look at our logo, I have a little bonfire. We're located in St. James Parish, where we have the bonfires on the levee. So years ago, when we kind of revamped everything, we chose that as our logo. This is a picture of our office. Myself and my sister, about 10 years ago, purchased the firm from my dad. Rustin's been working with us for about 10 years? Almost a decade. 10 years. And I'm very proud to say my son Gavin is now in his 3rd year. So we're working on the 3rd generation in the office. And basically what we're here to talk to you about is all school board employees have a state retirement plan. Most of them feel that that retirement plan is enough, but also all school districts provide these optional savings plan. We have a 403B and or a 457. But then more specifically, you have each option in a pre-taxed and each option in a Roth account. Our job is to help your employees understand how these plans work. Now, these plans are 100% voluntary, won't ever cost the school district a single penny. Right here, for my 33, almost 34 years working, we've worked in a lot of these school districts. And I want to just mention industry average across the country. Most school districts have about 10 to 15% participation rate. Unfortunately, here right now in Tangipahoa, we got the numbers, and there's only about a 7.5% participation rate. In the majority of these school districts that you see on the screen, we have between 30 and 40% participation rate. So our goal here is to help educate your employees so they know what's available and they realize that, unless they work 40 years under their teacher state retirement, they're going to be getting a cut in pay, and there are things that they can do to make up that cut in pay.
Yeah, and just to kind of echo, Jody, you can go back real quick. No worries at all. Our sole goal here is to provide guidance and education to all the employees, and a lot of times that starts with the very foundation of just really explaining TRSL and how that works. Typically, that kind of all flows into more questions about, well, look, TRSL may not quite be enough for me to retire one day. What are different things that I can do to help me have a more successful retirement. So we truly do want to become a physical presence at the schools, become a familiar face to the employees there, somebody that they can truly trust and lean on when it comes to their retirement goals. And, these are just being at schools constantly. These are a ton of questions that we get from school board employees and all employees for that matter. In the TRSL side of things, which you can kind of see on the left hand, we kind of just stuck to basic questions that we receive day in and day out about TRSL, drop, initial lump sum benefit, as well as the 403Bs and 457s and how that kind of coincides and can kind of come make your retirement a heck of a lot better. So, our goal here is really to just educate the employees and just to kind of be somebody that they can lean on when it comes to retirement planning, especially for the 403Bs and the 457 side of things. Do anybody have any questions about anything in particular that we can answer?
And I maybe should have opened with this before. We get a lot of questions from our employees about our current 403B and 457, and we don't have any support. There's a website, I actually participate in it, but there's not really a person to talk to. Henry Powell introduced us to them last week, and I said, please come to the board meeting and come talk to the board. It doesn't cost us anything. The fees are generated from, just like voluntary insurance, voluntary savings. Their fees are based on the investments. But I thought it was a great idea for them to go into the schools. They would meet when the principal has the entire staff meeting and say, hey, here's kind of what we do. If anybody wants to talk to us, now there's some individual where you can sit down and get some counseling on how TSRL, did I always get the initials wrong? TRSL, how that works, and how to supplement that with other things. As I said, I participate in a 403B here just on my own. I'm a CPA, I'm a CFO. I understand how retirement works. So that's why they're here. So now if you have any questions.
Who would an employee have gone to last week to ask these questions or to invest in a 403 or?
Currently, the representative, his name is Chris Abbey. Chris Abbey is with Land Member.
Good afternoon. So let me give a little brief background. So when we started with the school district about 6 years ago, going into the schools, meeting with the employees, the number one question wasn't about their voluntary benefits that help with their medical or an accident policy or a cancer policy. It was about their retirement. Well, of course, being new to the district, we didn't have any idea what was going on, so we went out and tried to research who did it for the school district, where were they at, why weren't they helping people? Well, let's fast forward to tonight, and this is what we finally found a solution. 3 years ago, I think, we made a huge RFP for this service. We researched all the companies. The Tillier was one of those companies. I set it up with the former CFO. We had several meetings, and nothing ever happened. And it got to the point to where there were so many phone calls to our office about why can't I invest in my retirement plan? Who does it? We couldn't find anybody that did it even in the past. So once we found the person who was somewhat loosely associated with the past, we brought them in, and it's been a disaster. So when I went back to the RFP notes, and I've known Jody for a good while, when I went back to the RFP notes and got back into it, I called them and said, hey, can you come over here and make your presentation? We met with Ron and Jeff about everything. They are similar to us where they are hands-on. You don't go to a website. They come in and educate the people, which I feel like is very important here because nobody knows what they have. They're putting money in. Some people are putting money in and have no idea where it's going. They're just putting it in every month. So we couldn't help them. They were leaning on us because they know who we are. We couldn't help them. So that's why we're here tonight with Jody. They have a fantastic reputation. Again, I've known them for a good while. With the schools they're in, and they are Again, the hands-on, you don't just go to a website, you don't call an 800 number, they do it. These are the guys that's going to do it. And I think we came up with a really good plan when we met with Jeff and Ron about how to penetrate the schools without much disruption, principal meetings, things such as that, going in, educating them, and at least giving them somebody they could talk to. Okay, so this would just complete our package, I guess, so to speak, with somebody they were familiar with, somebody they could talk to, and if they call me, at least I know who to call. So the majority of our phone calls are for retirement, not for their benefits, their ancillary products, it's for their retirement. So certainly there's a huge need for it, and again, I feel like these are the best people to do it. Even after our RFP, I learned a lot about how to do this.
One question. Is it a formal agreement between the board and their business, or is this something between them and the employees, or is the administration recommending that we enter into an agreement with them?
Yes, sir. So my understanding is basically you would be granting permission for them to take over the retirement, I guess, services.
But anybody that is with, we're not eliminating anybody.
Right.
So if you've been with whoever for 10 years and you like them, it's just giving access to them, to our employees.
So to be precise, that all we're doing is authorizing access to our employees for them to advertise their services or solicit services from our employees.
Right. And I don't know if you guys have any of y'all have gotten phone calls. I know these two have about what's going on with the retirement. So that's why we're here. It's more to get somebody who can help us when somebody calls. There is nobody right now.
Trent, so I think, I don't know, we haven't really went out for bids or advertisements about this in a long time. We have, as board members, been approached by some other folks that do this. So I'm not sure if, without us having prior knowledge or anything but this, what we get tonight, I would not really feel comfortable just like, let's just vote for this without really knowing myself, because we have been approached by some other people that ask us about this particular insurance, about our 401, 501(c)(3)s, all the 401(c)(3)bs, all of those things. So I don't know enough about.
Well, here's the problem, and I'll just lay it out for you. When we did this 4 years ago, every firm that came in here said, here's what we'll do for you, and here's the price. Mm-hmm. Okay, what we're not charging you, but what comes out of those funds for fees. Every single one of them except this one was go online, here's our website, we send videos, we do this, we do that. And you already have people in here supposedly doing this, but they're not doing it. I'll go ahead and say it. What everybody said, we don't make any money. We don't make any money. So that we're not coming to do this. We don't make any money. That's what every one of them said when we tried to contact them.
Making some money.
So, again, Jody and them came in here and offered to do it hands-on, go to all the schools or at least go to the teachers' meetings or the principals' meetings and introduce themselves and say, here, we're here. We'll give you access to us.
And they're willing to do this despite the fact that they don't have the insurance piece of the business.
Correct.
Which, that's the bottom line. When the prior firm that used to do this for us had both the insurance piece and the financial planning piece. And the financial planning piece was just kind of an add-on service. They were really making their money on the insurance piece. And when we took that away, they kind of fell off, as I understand it.
You are absolutely correct.
Okay, and so that service has just not been offered effectively.
That's why Henry and I get along so well. I don't want anything to do with insurance, and he doesn't want anything to do with the retirement side.
But that's why there's been difficulty replacing what we
When
used
we
to have.
brought back the person who was last doing this, it's been a disaster.
Okay.
He doesn't do what he said he was going to do. So we tried the last person, I tried I've been trying to get this fixed for 5 years. Because it reflects upon me not helping one of your employees.
Right.
Because I can't.
We were just talking around the issue, and I just wanted to put it out there, that that's really.
You were spot on.
That's the real
You are
issue.
absolutely correct. You know, and again, 4 years ago, it was this close, but it didn't happen.
So Henry, what, you said that the last couple of companies that we've had, they wouldn't make any money, so they didn't want to deal with it. So what happens when this group comes in and we only have about 10 employees that want to do this and they're not making any money?
Well,
Are they going to quit on us too?
no. I wouldn't be standing right here fighting for these guys if I didn't have faith in them that they were going to do what they say they were going to do. And their reputation since 1976 shows that they're here for the long run. And I've talked to several people that work with them again, and when I did the RFP, I learned a whole lot about this, how this works. And I do understand where like, actually the best bid for the RFP was somebody from California. You know good and well they're not coming here to help your people.
You're right.
They all want to send in an app or a website and say, go to this and put your money in it. That every one of them is the same. So that's kind of why we're here, and it came to a head last year when doing our enrollments. I got bombarded so much with these questions because we thought we had a solution with the other person that did not work out. So that's why we're back.
And I can attest, I know a handful of people who've retired recently, and that is their biggest complaint, is that they are very ill-informed about how their retirement works, what they had, where it was, who was in charge of it, what they could have invested in potentially years ago. That has been a big issue.
I talked to a lady, she's been putting in $200 a month forever. And she has less money than that she's put in. That doesn't make any sense. Somebody is taking her money and she's not getting anything in return. She doesn't know what she's doing. You know, so that is wrong.
Well, I don't really understand all of those things about all of that, but I do know that early on in my early years on the board, we used to have meetings every year and with the insurance committee, and we would go over these things and we would decide, do we want to stay or we want to move someone else? And we have not done that in probably 10 or 12 years. So, I mean, since you took over, I didn't realize you were even like doing those retirement things. I thought,
I wasn't.
but that's what I'm saying. We haven't really went out and asked about that, or even like other companies or businesses that, other banks that may be doing it, other financial advisors or whatever.
We actually went out. We did go out for an RFP, and it was with Brett. We did an RFP, and again, 6 people returned the RFP. We did it everywhere.
Yeah.
And I was actually in
I'm
charge
saying
of
that's
it.
been a long time. Yeah.
What was that, Jeff?
No, it's been a long time. Yeah.
There's no action.
Okay, I'm just saying.
We've
I
done
thought
it.
they were asking us for action, though. I'm not
The
comfortable
action
with
is
action.
to do,
But-
to adopt their recommendation.
Yeah.
But yeah, the issue that was, as I recall, was that, when it was all one package, one company was handling all of these services together, they were able to service the retirement stuff because the same person that was servicing the retirement stuff was servicing the insurance questions, and they were able to kind of scale that servicing process. And then the company was making most of their money on the insurance. When that got taken out, it just became unaffordable to really have a dedicated person to service the investments.
That's when we brought back in the person who was doing it, that worked for Taylor and Sons. We brought that person back.
Right.
And he just.
But does this company do the investments, or you
Yes.
just do the? So in other words, whoever our people are invested with now, they would move their investment to
They don't
whoever
have to.
y'all
They
do?
don't have to.
Only if they choose to, only if they see a benefit.
They could choose a different company. If there's somebody else that you have that wants to come give us a presentation next month, we could do that as well. from what I was,
It's not costing us anything, and it's not costing the
Yeah.
teachers
Do
anything.
we need a motion for this?
Just motion to adopt the administration's recommendation.
I motion to adopt administration's recommendation.
A second.
It is a need, and look, I'm willing to test the waters. If it doesn't work out, hey, we can come back to the table and say, hey.
Is there a
we're
contract
not
or
certain.
anything, though, is what I'm saying?
Well,
Is there a
it's-
contract that we need to sign or anything? I mean,
It's not with us.
It's not a contract
It's not
between
a
us and them.
contract. It's just allowing them to come into the system, talk to our employees, see if they see a need. If the employee sees a need, they go with it. If they don't, hey, they don't.
We're gonna manage them.
Yeah.
But they're now a part of us. We don't benefit from them monetarily, we only benefit from having the service that's connected. So now it's back to the full package
Gotcha.
that
Like I
we've
said,
been trying to get back to for 5 years.
I know there's a desperate need, and that needs to be filled soon, so I'm going ahead and make my
and
motion.
what if another company wants to come in and do the same thing?
I don't,
So here's the problem now. There's more than one company. You have, I think, 3 or 4 different options that no one is managing. There's nobody managing any of the investments now. They're there, they've been there, there's a pot of money, whatever it is, it's just sitting there. Nobody's managing it at all. The more people you bring in, the more confusing it becomes. So, and that's a problem now too. Nobody knows who to call. They don't know what they have.
But Hendrick, I think her question is more like, we do have some employees, I can think of one that's been with us for nearly 50 years.
I can think of one too.
That she has invested in this religiously. She's fine with who she's got. She doesn't want to go anywhere. Nobody's going to require her to move her investment. This is more for people who haven't done this before. They have questions.
And but it's for her too, because she has so many questions. I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
She has so many questions and cannot get any help.
But nobody's going to force her to go to a different place.
No,
is the issue.
She's first on their list.
That's the first one I'm going to call.
Okay.
Okay? But that's the problem. They're okay with them staying. They have made the agreement with us and the commitment to you that we're here to service them as well as if they want to invest, yes.
Right.
Okay? They want to take this thing from a first-year teacher to a teacher that's about to retire, help them out along the way, okay? But she certainly has an issue with it.
Yeah, but nothing that we're doing is going to force an
There's
employee
nothing,
to
there's
to roll
nothing
over
tonight
their
that's going to
investment.
say, if you have Voya,
Yeah.
you have to move to security benefit. I mean, there's nothing. This is more about rounding out the service.
and if it doesn't work out, we could always come to the table and say, hey, we're going to revoke that and go with someone else.
Right, and it falls on me now
Yeah.
if it doesn't work out.
Yeah, because
I mean,
we really haven't, we had no prior knowledge that you were bringing this tonight
Yep.
to add someone to help you. And like I said, we've been approached by other companies that want to do that, and it's kind of puts us in a hard spot because,
Well, I
you
can
know,
tell
I've been
you-
saying, well, we've been having the same people for a long time. We haven't really, eventually, we're going to go out and kind of try to get some other interest. And then if we
I don't know
approve
who
this
those-
without doing that, it's kind of,
Yeah,
you know.
I don't know who those people are because I've personally been looking. When we did the RFP, nobody locally except these guys responded. It was all national firms wanting to come in with their apps and websites. Now, when we first took over, we did try someone local. It was too big. It was too much for them when we tried them. So we tried from the beginning, and I've been trying, but
The only thing I want to make sure is if we agree with this tonight, that next year y'all come back and tell us the progress that you've made. And that way then the board can make that decision on if we continue.
Joey, I think that is a wonderful idea.
I think that could put everybody's mind at ease. They got to come back next year and say, hey, here's what we found inside your system. Here's the people we've helped, the percentage that we've helped get to this point. and let the board make that decision if we want to carry it forward again for an extended period of time.
So but you've had at least 10 years of nothing.
Guaranteed.
At
And
least.
I know that for a fact because of the people that I've
Okay,
had
at
that
least 10
recently
years of
retired.
nothing.
Yep.
So, and it's probably been more than that.
We didn't know that. I didn't know that as a board member. I had no idea that that was an issue, or we probably would have brought something back.
Having done this several times, becoming new into a school district, I can tell you, the first year, we're going to make some progress. The second year, we'll do a little better. The third year, when the teachers, employees see us 3 years in a row, that's when it's going to take off. We will make progress in 1 year. Second and third year is when they develop trust and they realize these people know what they're talking about and they keep showing up. So just, that's typically how it works.
Understand?
Janice has a question.
My concern, I understand exactly what you're saying, and I agree with you. My concern is just that this is kind of not the way we normally do business with it, because, like Rose said, we were approached. And what's going to happen when those people, see it and then come back to us and say, well, you all didn't even give us the opportunity to present? That's what I'm kind of afraid of.
Since this is not an action item, so we have a motion and we have a second, but there's not an action, this is not calling for a vote necessarily, although we do have a motion and action item. So, and then we don't have what I would consider to be administration's recommendation on this, unless I'm incorrect. So, is this y'all's recommendation?
It just says it's a presentation on the agenda. So it's a presentation tonight.
Yeah, and
If we need to come back with an action item, I'm
Yeah.
not sure if the board even approves these services
Right.
or if this is something done by the administration. And so before people showed up in the schools, y'all need to know who they are and what they do.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
and which, I 100% trust Mr. Powell's recommendation, but it doesn't even say on here that this is Mr. Powell's recommendation. So here's my question. If, because it's not in the, an action item, can we make this an action item on the very, next meeting if administration agrees that this is the right place to go? And if that's the case, I feel 100% comfortable with it in that case too. Or.
I'm good to
is
ask
it
the
that-
parliamentarian.
No, that's a good catch. I didn't even notice that the way that it's phrased on the agenda says presentation by Detillier Financial Advisors. And I don't believe that that puts the public on adequate notice
Right.
that we plan to
Right.
take action on something tonight.
So my secondary question is this something the board would need to take action on, or is this a professional service that the administration does?
That's something I would probably want to
Agree with
talk
the attorney.
about between now and the next meeting. But because it may be something that doesn't require board action.
In the meantime, however, if Mr. Powell is being asked questions and we don't have a board-supported financial advisor, my recommendation, of course, would be he can, at that point, suggest whoever it is he wants to suggest. Is that correct? And
This suggestion is based on the RFP from 4 years ago. The research that I've done and people I've contacted that do not want to do this or want to do it differently than what we're talking about tonight. And that's why I'm with these guys, because they are hands-on.
I think what he's suggesting is, in the meantime, between now and the next meeting, before we have an agenda item that we can vote on, if someone calls you with a question, you have the authority to send them their way.
Sure.
Right now you do.
Okay.
They just physically can't come on campus yet until administration has adopted that.
So with that being said, if this becomes an action item, if we would have voted on, this is, again, I don't even know if this vote would have stood because it's
No.
not a call for
No, I
action.
didn't catch that either. I'm glad you said that.
And if anybody does have an issue with it, but anyway, like I said, so that being said, I don't know, I need parliamentary procedure experts here. We have a motion and a.
So I withdraw my motion.
And I'll withdraw my second.
Yep.
So we withdraw both of them?
Yep.
Okay.
And so now you can move
And
on to the
then
next item if need be.
I think what maybe we're hearing is that if it is something that requires the board to vote, the board would be more comfortable voting on it after an RFP. If it's not something that requires the board to vote, then It just needs to be an administrative action based upon your firm's advice.
And if it doesn't require an RFP, and this is the administration's recommendation, I'll 100% support it. Yeah, so just wanted to, anyway, I just didn't want us to vote on something. You guys leave thinking y'all just, became the financial advisors for Tangipahoa Parish School System only for somebody to point out that, hey, this wasn't an action item and you can't do that. So, unless somebody wanted to amend it, but in the meantime. You can't. Okay.
Can't amend it. Public's got to have an input.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. All right.
That's exactly what I've been trying to get to for 20 minutes.
You just said that. Yeah, but that was a lot easier to say.
Well, my first thing was I'm not
The
comfortable with
next
something
three
that
are
we
not
didn't even
action
discuss.
items. And so it should have appeared under section 5 if it was going to become an action item.
Well, and it also would, the wording on the agenda would need to say something other than just
Presentation.
or under the update section. It would be to consider the administration's recommendation to appoint so-and-so as the board's financial advisor. Because you got to have wording on the agenda that puts the public on notice that this is something we're going to act on and what we might do.
I think we all feel it's probably going to be somewhere we want to go.
Yes, that's what I was going to say that before I moved to item B. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for taking the interest. Thank you, Mr. Powell, for advising somebody that will take care of our employees because that's ultimately what we need to do. So I hope to see y'all again on maybe the next meeting or whenever else administration reaches out and has a conversation with y'all.
And a good side note, I attended the bonfire festival for the lighting of the bonfires for the first time. That was amazing.
Amazing thing.
You guys may follow Southeastern sports too. I'm not sure if y'all, Maria Detillier, third baseman, is my niece, and she's making a name for herself right there in Hammond.
Oh, good deal. I know a Detillier queen from the bonfires. She was a queen at Detillier, but yeah. But it was fun. If you ever get to go Christmas Eve, y'all need to go see the lighting of the bonfires.
Yeah, the SLU baseball was ranked number 23 last week in the nation.
They're doing well.
Yeah.
If it matters, those school districts that we had shown earlier, if y'all wanted to get referrals, just to see how we operate and how we work with employees and how we make a difference, that under that scenario, you wouldn't have to trust us. You can say, this is what they're doing, and so we can provide that if need be.
Okay.
Good deal.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to item B, which is the monthly budget reporting. It's going to be Mr. McNeely.
All right, so we have our monthly financials. They're now through February the 28th. So you can see the audited numbers for June 30th of 25, and then the audited numbers, unaudited, February 28th, 26. So our numbers are looking good. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them, or we can move along since we've spent a lot of time tonight.
Excuse me.
And Tom, this is Tom's favorite part anyway. Hi, Tom? Final numbers? All right, no questions on the budgets. And then you have the monthly check register that was emailed to you. I didn't receive any questions on that.
Okay.
All right, now the fun. Let's see, the next is the sales tax update.
All right, we've gone through item C, monthly check register, and item D is sales tax update.
Yeah.
Been able to add it anyway.
So no visuals, but the EFID update, I will get that to you. I sent it to Amanda, but we didn't get it for tonight. So I will send that to you so you can see it. I have concern. We're running quite a bit higher on salary expenses coming out of EFID than we are on revenue going in, even with revenue running about 10% higher this year than last year. The bulk of that is this additional $30 per hour for additional work. We as administration are talking through that, and we're going to have an executive team meeting this Friday. And oh, there we go. Thank you. So what this line shows you is the $4 million mark in that fund balance. And based on the current projections, because we're not putting money back into the fund quick enough during the rest of the year, every time we hit it with the $500 stipend, you see there's a significant drop, which was the intent when we had over almost $10 million in the fund. But based on the current projections, this November, when we pay the stipend, we will then go below $4 million. And if something doesn't happen between that November and the next June, we will be below the $4 million for doing the stipend in 2027. So we are working, I believe, on some recommendations on how to address the amount of money that's being spent on this additional $30. There needs to be some restrictions on, and there needs to be.
You think all of that came from just the $30?
But a lot of it is. A lot of it is. And, you know, and raises we've done and those kind of things, and we knew that was all going to have an impact on it. But when you have 10 people working a junior high softball and baseball game, and we're paying that, when you have large gates at events and all the money for everybody that's working there is being paid out of the district, and we're just going to have to figure out how to partner better with our schools, you know. But I'm not here to make a recommendation tonight. It's just some of the problems that we've identified. Okay, and so this shows you so you can see the revenue. This year is the gold bar, and you can see that it's going up. So we do have more money coming in each month. But if you look at the next one, the salaries, yes. So you can see the salaries are actually going up at a much higher rate compared to the prior year. And the only change that we've had from last year to this year is this, and you can see it really start to hit in October when those $30 an hour timesheets hit for the first semester. Okay. I know it's not good news, but it's news.
That's something we definitely want to know about earlier rather than later.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is that it for you, Mr. McNeely? That's it? All right. So board actions. Item A, consider approval for administration to send out an RFP for a superintendent search firm.
Can I introduce this one a little?
Yeah, this would be Mr. Duncan. Thank you.
Yeah, so for anybody that actually watches these meetings or participates, I just thought it would be helpful to do a brief overview of how this process can work, and my views on how it should work, and then certainly why I think it's important for us to have a firm or a professional help us through the process. But this is the first step in selecting our next superintendent. And I will tell you that I believe that it's very important that we achieve two key goals. First, we certainly want to find the best person that we can to fill this position. But secondarily, when the process is completed, we also want the general public to have a high degree of confidence that we went about this process in a way that did in fact find the best person and select the best person available out there to take the position. So we do have, the statutorily, all that's required is that we advertise for the position. We advertise in both our local ledger and then a statewide ledger. So the local newspaper that advertises all of our advertisements, and then one other statewide one. After that, the only requirement is that we leave the application open for 30 days. We give them a place to mail in their applications, and then the board receives those and selects the next superintendent from those list of qualified applicants. That's really all that the statute requires. I don't think that if we were to just do those minimal requirements that the public would have a high degree of confidence in the way that we approach this. So the other, best practice that's out there is to bring in an outside firm or an outside professional to guide us through this process. Their first step, once we select that outside person, is to help us craft an advertisement that properly lets the possible applicants know what we are looking for in a superintendent. That firm, our professional, would then help us to make sure that we place the ad for that advertisement in the best and most strategic places so that we can cast as wide of a net as possible. They will then handle receiving those applications for us, screening those applications to make sure that the ones that we review meet the qualification criteria, and then they would also guide us through the process of making sure that we select the right person. Again, you know, I can't sit here and tell you that I think that the last firm that we hired for this did a whole lot to help me personally select the person that I voted for, but I do think that the way that they guided us through the process helped the general public feel like at the end of this that we did in fact select the very best person that was available. So anyway, so it's my motion, I guess, that we do direct and authorize the administration to send out an RFP. To send out an RFP for a firm or professional to assist us with this process. The goal would be that, I think the administration's already helped us craft that RFP or a draft of that. The goal would be that we would receive those proposals and make a selection of a professional at our next meeting, which I believe is in May the 12th. And, you know, we want to make sure that the public knows each step of the way, what we're doing, why we're doing it, and that they, again, have a high degree of confidence that we are doing this in the absolute best way possible.
Second. All right, so we have a motion by Mr. Dominguez. I'm sorry, I'm looking at Rose and listening to Brett. By Mr.
We haven't gotten
Duncan,
married yet.
And a second by Mr. Toller. Now, I believe that that we have public input all on this particular agenda item, so would we hear that?
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, so I think it would be make most sense to hear all that right now. That being said, our first speaker would be Ms. Alexis DuCorbier, if she would like to come forward. And Mr. Corbier, all the speakers are given up to 5 minutes. So Ms. Amanda will set a clock. I have a feeling that you can probably get it done.
Short and sweet, just like me, right? Good evening. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here. I'm going to read this. As a local business owner and chair of the Education Committee for the North Shore Business Council, I strongly support the use of an independent third-party search firm in selecting the next superintendent of Tangipahoa Parish Schools. I have been advocating for education and the children of our parish for the last 20 years because we know that great education is critical to quality of life, economic development, and the future viability of our parish. Obviously, this decision goes beyond education. It directly impacts workforce readiness, economic development, and the confidence that employers have in our community. The quality of leadership in our school system influences our ability to attract and retain businesses and talent. A transparent, structured search progress signals to the public and to the business community that this board is committed to objectivity, accountability, and selecting the most qualified candidate available, whether that's an internal candidate or an external candidate. It expands the candidate pool and it removes any perception of bias or limitation. Our community, teachers, and students all deserve a process that builds trust and delivers the strongest possible leader for our schools and for our future. A third-party search firm is a critical step in achieving that outcome. Thank you so much to all of you for the hard work that you do for our students. Appreciate you.
Thank you. All right, we have another speaker, and as long as he is speaking on item 5A, which is the RFP for the superintendent, I'll call him forward. That's Mr. Kevin Davis. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, Mr. President and Superintendent and members of the board. My name is Kevin Davis. I'm the Executive Director of the North Shore Business Council. It's a group of CEOs from the three parishes, Tangipahoa, Washington, and St. Tammany. It's a good group of folks who are very interested in education. You already know our chairman of our committee, and she does a great job. I do want to thank Superintendent Stilley for the last couple of years. I've only been here 2 years as executive director. We've worked very close with you. And I must say I was very proud to see all the students here this evening that are graduating and receiving honors here in Tangibahoa. Tonight I wanted to present to you, if I may, a resolution. I won't read it in the essence of time, but if I can give it to your staff. It's a resolution from the North Shore Business Council in support of Mr. Duncan and exactly what you said. So thank you and have a good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Davis.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Melissa Bordelon is also here to speak on the same topic. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Melissa Bordelon, your president and CEO of the Tangibahoa Chamber of Commerce. The Tangibahoa Chamber supports engaging a professional search firm to ensure a thorough, objective process that attracts top-tier candidates from within our community and beyond, while also building strong community confidence in that process. This decision is incredibly important, particularly with the progress made in the desegregation case. This moment calls for thoughtful, strategic leadership, and achieving that requires a process that is both comprehensive and impartial. Selecting the right superintendent is not only vital for our students, but also for the future of our workforce and economy. A strong school system is the foundation of our community, and it is what we need for supporting existing businesses, attracting new businesses, and creating better job opportunities across Tangibahoa Parish. For that reason, the Tangibahoa Chamber stands in support of hiring a professional search firm to guide in this important decision, as it was done for the last search. And I will remind you, at that last search time, the Tangibahoa Chamber supported that as well. Thank you so much for all you do. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Ms. Bordelon. All right, we have one more speaker, Ms. Michelle Gallo.
Hello, how are y'all?
Yeah.
I guess the Death Leopard shirt wasn't the right decision for
it's
tonight, but
You're among friends.
but Crime Stoppers is having a Battle of the Bands next Saturday, so check it out. I just ditto to everything that Melissa and Alexis just said. I don't know that I can say anything more to convince you that we do need a search party. I just feel, a search firm. I feel like it opens the door for capable and individuals that are maybe here or anywhere else in the country that qualifies for this position. So there really isn't anything else I can say. They said it all, but I thank you for all that you do. And I work very closely with the school system, as y'all know, and it's very near and dear to my heart. Melissa and I work very closely together, and I just want to see that continue with Crime Stoppers. But thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, returning to the same agenda item, we do have a motion by Mr. Duncan and a second by Mr. Toller to allow administration to send out an RFP for a superintendent search firm. Do we have any other board-related comments, questions, concerns? All right, we can go ahead and call for a vote then. Ms. Amanda?
Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Mr. Westmoreland?
Yes.
Miss Abrams?
Yes.
Miss Dominguez?
Yes.
Mr. Duncan?
Yes.
Mr. Piazza?
Yes.
Miss Richards?
Yes.
Mr. Toller?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right. Thank you all. All right, item B is to consider approval of the low bid for Advanced College and Career Center renovation.
All right, Mr. Bankston with Gasaway is here if you have any questions, if you want to come up, Chris. So we opened bids, and we're recommending the base bid and alternate number one for the College and Career Center. This is one of the most outstanding things we're doing as a district, and as you know, this will expand additional resources there to be able to be taught, and all those initials that Lisa and Ms. Stilley know, CTEs and all kind of great stuff.
I did have a question for Chris on this one. Mr. President?
Go ahead, sir.
Chris, this project, so I just want to make sure that I'm clear on which part, because we have so much going on at the Career and Advanced Career Technical Center. We had the expansion that was going to bring in the ProStart and some other stuff. That was
That's this project.
okay, so that's this one, and then there's still going to be another one behind that, right?
Correct.
That
There's
deals
another-
with construction and electrical and all of that.
Exactly. This has the ProStar kitchen, the dining, the welding shop, I believe it was machine tools, construction, electrical, mechanical. We've got flex shops. We have the maker space lab, you know.
So that's all in this
All that
project?
is in this.
Okay, so this is the ProStart, which,
Yeah,
because
this is-
originally it was broken out in, I thought, to different phases, but.
So it is phased, it's one project, but we're going to try to get the kitchen finished by January, we hope.
Yeah,
October. Shoot for October, but for the next school, the following semester.
But this package and the
It's
bid
all of it.
is the whole.
Phase
the whole
3 is
thing.
automotive.
Okay, okay, great. Oh, automotive is the one that was after that. That's-
And the contractor that you're recommending also did the actual renovations at the site previously, correct?
He did the first
Yeah.
phase.
So they know the area, they know the building, they know how to match. Perfect.
Before we go any further, do we have a motion?
A motion.
Did you?
No, I was going to say I motion.
Oh,
We're
will
both
you
tying
motion?
over here to make.
Yeah, I motion to adopt administration recommendation to go to the second bid to Brunt Construction.
So we have a motion by Mr. Piazza. Do we have a second?
Second.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dominguez, I didn't hear you, but we have a second by Mr. Dominguez. Now, let's go ahead. Any other questions, comments?
Tell me one more time. In here, ProStart,
ProStar, dining.
welding,
Carpentry.
Carpentry, machinery,
And
electrical, right. And then there's a, yeah.
Draftsmanship. The ad alternate is,
That alternate is the roof.
The roof?
The
Oh,
replacing the
okay.
whole roof. In the base bid, we were trying to patch certain areas that were damaged and stuff, but I mean, that bid is a good bid for the alternate, so we're recommending you take that as well. And in that way, that'll eliminate any issues with all the new stuff we got going into the building, so.
and Ms. Stilley, we have a magnet grant that is helping to pay for
We
this?
do have a magnet grant that's going to help pay for some of it, right, Dr. Frisell?
The CDF funds, we can have a rollover of our CDF funds that can be used for building just for advanced credentials. So we have about $2 million set aside on that.
But didn't we also just recently win a magnet grant
We
that,
advise the equipment.
the equipment for this? Gotcha.
One other question. This is in the gymnasium area?
Sorry, glad you asked that. That's gonna be mine. Oh, the former cafeteria?
Well, it's all-
It's
it was
both
a cafeteria.
and gym.
Right, cafeteria is right next to the gym.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions, comments, concerns? All right, Ms. Amanda, can we call for vote, please?
Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Mr. Westmoreland?
Yes.
Miss Abrams?
Yes.
Ms. Dominguez?
yes.
Mr. Duncan?
Yes.
Mr. Piazza?
Yes.
Ms. Richards?
Yes.
Mr. Toller?
Yes. When will be
Motion
the notice to proceed? I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But we received all of the 10-day documents already, so we have everything we need to go ahead and enter into the contract with the contract. As soon as we get contracts, bonds, everything put together, signed, then we'll go ahead and issue the notice to proceed. I've already talked with the contractor, and he's ready. Helps his office is like a block away. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, item C is consider approval of the low bid for Lucille Neeson Phase 2 Classroom Addition by Brunt Construction.
All right, this is, architect is Coleman Partners, and the recommendation, this originally, I believe, had a court-approved price of $4.2 million. The AFC on it was about 3.7. The base bid that we're, of Brunt Construction is $2.6 million. which leaves room under the budget for alternate 1 and alternate 2. Alternate 1 actually increases this from an 8 classroom to a 10 classroom addition, and alternate 2 is a new lift station. So administration is recommending approval of the base and 2 alternates for Brunt construction.
Move to adopt the administration's recommendation,
Right.
along with a directive that we submit for court approval, the additional classroom space and lift station.
Right, it's under the budget, but it's a slight difference than the 8 and 10.
You
And
don't want to
I've
have
already
another
spoken with
hiccup.
Indigo, and they're going to be making that presentation opinion tonight.
All right, so we have do you need him to repeat that motion, or did you catch that,
I
Mr.
did
Duncan's
get
motion? Okay, so we have a motion by Mr. Duncan and a second by Mr. Westmoreland. Do we have any other board-related questions or comments on this one? Hearing no questions or comments, we can go ahead and call for vote. Ms. Amanda?
Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Mr. Westmoreland?
Yes.
Ms. Abrams?
Yes.
Ms. Dominguez?
Yes.
Mr. Duncan?
Yes.
Mr. Piazza?
Yes.
Ms. Richards?
Yes.
Mr. Toller?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, we have item D, a land purchase on School Section Road. Mr. Piazza will present this.
Yes, so in the past few months, me and some of the Punchatoula delegates have been trying to decide on a way to move forward for our current situation with our transportation buses. Right now, many of our buses are parked on property that we don't really have a lot of space for. A lot of your Ponchatoula buses are parked in our student parking lot, which Phase 2 is about to take over. Some of our junior high buses are parked sometimes on property that's not ours, that we use from the church. When it is parked on ours, it creates an issue in the parking area during the school day for the school. I've spoken to Miss Melissa, which is our route manager of the area, and she too is concerned with our current state of where our buses are. And so we have been trying to find a location that, you know, the members that would be happy with for this new bus lot that they're trying to create to store our buses. Ms. Rose had an idea at the football field. I had an idea of using some of our land across from Martha Vineyard. Both of those have challenges that we would have to overcome. I was approached by the owner of this property and his advisor that is doing the sale that they have 5.47 acres cleared. It is not in a flood zone, and it is directly across from our current bus shed at Ponchatoula High School. So by having this particular property, it eliminates a lot of things that we don't have to worry about. We don't have to worry about mitigation on the property across from Martha Vineyard, which saves us thousands and thousands of dollars. We don't have to worry about the traffic circle that's coming to the area by the high school. We don't have to worry about Ridgeville Road and its confinements of that property. This solves a lot of issues for that particular bus lot that does check a lot of boxes for safety and proper use of our budget. I've spoken with administration on this topic, mainly Mr. Jeff, and again, the transportation. They are all on board with this particular plan. It does check a lot of the boxes, and it is very cost efficient for what we're looking to do. So my motion tonight is to to give administration recommendation to go ahead and enter into a purchase agreement and seek an appraisal for this property on School Section Road in Ponchatoula.
Next, we have a motion to approve administration's recommendation. Do we have a second? Second. All right, motion by Mr. Piazza, a second by Mr. Westmoreland. Do we have any board-related questions, comments, concerns?
Just so that the public knows that we can only enter into a purchase agreement for this property at the appraised value. So we have to get appraisals, and we're only able to purchase it at the value that it's ultimately up to the amount that is appraised.
And for clarity, if this purchase goes through, this is not a school purchase. This is a purchase for the transportation department.
Well, we had great presentation of this proposal, but I thought we already had a plan about the parking issue, maybe not for the bus, other buses from other campuses, but I don't know that I want to lock in that we're going to purchase this property just for the transportation when we had already come up with another solution. I think this property would be addition to our campus for sure. We need it. But, I mean,
The issue, Rose, is that if it is considered a campus expansion, then it may need court approval. If
yeah,
it's
but
per-
I don't, hell, lock us in. We may not want to use it for transportation, so
For now, I would say we
we need
absolutely
to go out and get
only
some
want to.
prices, yeah.
No, we.
Or, I mean, to go out and get information about it.
Yes.
Just to clear this up, I'm not familiar with that, with the piece of property, but can somebody in the meantime do a Google snapshot of that and just circle the property so we can see that relationship to the school?
You want me to show you how to do that? Okay. thank you.
Yeah, it's right,
It's literally right across from our current bus shed.
it's connected to the driveway.
Oh, that's true. I forgot, Mr. Toller.
It really, look, I don't like spending taxpayer money, but with the way that school has continued to expand and
Yeah,
need
it's
for
gotta-
parking, it couldn't be placed in a better spot.
Just not
Again,
familiar.
I'm-
Just like you don't know where the gravel stops. at.
Yeah, I get it. I completely, and
Uh,
I thought we were gonna put one on up there.
I do have a question for administration, but I'll wait for Mr. McNeely to be able to.
Right
to
here,
answer
you can
this.
see the buses. This is 22, right? That's where the buses currently get.
This is the west side.
Yeah, that's the side closest towards Beta Code.
East side.
East side.
Yeah.
So, and then that's the student, well, so we were already having, this is where the new building's gonna go. So we have to move these buses, right? Over here is where the buses come through.
Right.
There's an exit right here. There's an extension that already exists. This
We're putting
cleared
it up on
lot.
the, you have it on your screen.
But this way I can point it to them. This cleared lot is where he's talking about it. So they would literally be able to drop their
Oh.
kids off.
Move it straight
Go to
off.
layers.
And park right there.
It doesn't go out to 22.
No, it's just right here, this 5 acres right
Okay.
here.
And that service road as well, the school section road, Mr. Toller. So think of it, so they can jet right across. They're avoiding 22, which is a major highway that has created a lot of issues with traffic and safety concerns. They're about to put a traffic circle here, which is going to make it a little bit more congested for quite a while. They can avoid having to go to 22 to cross into our schools right now to unload and load. That was what really drew my attraction to this plan, was because it avoids the having to go on 22, but it also does give them the option to go back to 22 without cutting through our campus as well. So they can get to a main highway and into our campus safely than the other two plans that were presented at the time.
Gotcha.
Because see, the original plan was right where that blue square is. We own all that property across the street. We were originally going to possibly do one there. The problem is you got to get DOT approval because you got to put a new driveway in. You got to change some stuff with electric. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts, and we would have to mitigate for wetlands. Ms. Rose had suggested prior that we would rock the current football parking lot where we hold our football games and put a fence up there. The issue that runs there is Ridgeville Road, where that property is very narrow, and they're still going to have to fight the traffic circle, and they're either going to have to go the back roads, which are even more narrow and create a safety hazard. The second thing to that is if we have a football game, we now are moving buses from our secured location to an unsecured location for those home games, which creates a moving part that I think is unnecessary. So both of our plans had flaws in them. This one, I think, is a common thing that kind of checks every box and is going to be cost efficient than what we had planned.
I don't know about checking every single box.
Well, I
It's
mean,
land close to the school where we can park buses.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's-
a little
so
bit,
It's definitely that box, but I do want to, I'm only mildly concerned about the due diligence period being only 10 days. I mean, are we going to accept this, go straight to appraisal? And if it appraises at or above the value on this agreement, we're good? Is there any other?
My assumption is what you're giving us authority to do is to contact the owner and say we're interested, but we have to do an appraisal. And when we get the appraisal and have agreed upon price, we come back to you for,
Okay.
I don't think we can purchase land.
All right, well, I just didn't know if the administration needed to exercise any due diligence on y'all's end. I mean, we have the money to write a check on this in
An appraisal?
20 days, an appraisal and the.
Oh,
and the
no,
purchase.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right. That's the only thing I have. Any other board-related questions, comments, concerns?
Good explanation.
Thank you.
That being said, we can call for vote, please, Miss Amanda?
Can you did you not get it so that we could like vote, like with assembly instead of doing roll call? I thought we had got that established.
We're almost there.
Okay.
They tested it last week.
There-
We're
there
almost
was-
there.
A really long explanation. She told me the other day that she's working on it.
Because they keep saying it's ready and then we're still having the roll call.
Yeah, well, they thought it was. Ready? Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Mr. Westmoreland?
Yes.
Miss Abrams?
Yes.
Miss Dominguez?
Yes.
Mr. Duncan?
Yes.
Mr. Piazza?
Yes.
Miss Richards?
Yes.
And Mr. Toller?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we'll go to item 6, superintendent's reports and recommendation. Item A is a proclamation of the 250th anniversary of the American Revolution.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. Well, first of all, I wanted to let the board know, you may not see the diplomas, the actual diplomas of the students, but they're going to have that 250th anniversary seal on all of the graduating seniors this year, only this year. So it's kind of a special, I think it's pretty special that they have that on their diploma. But we do have a proclamation of the 250th anniversary of the American Constitution, and it is up on your screens. Do you guys want me to read this? Yeah, I guess I will.
I was kind of confused. 'cause
I feel patriotic, like I should.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. Okay, so this is a proclamation of the Louisiana Center for Law and Civic Education concerning the 250th anniversary of the commencement of the American Revolution and the resulting documents of American freedom and justice. Whereas the American Revolution commenced more than 250 years ago in May of 1775, and whereas the commencement of the American Revolution led to the ultimate liberation of the American people and the American colonies from oppressive British rule, whereas the American Revolution ultimately led to the American victory at Yorktown and the signing of the Treaty of Paris, creating the United States of America. Whereas the commencement of the American Revolution and the ultimate victory led to the great documents of American liberty, justice, and freedom through the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States of America and the Bill of Rights. Whereas the Constitution of the United States of America created the framework of our government and established the separation of powers and systems of checks and balances that has served the people of the United States of America and protected our freedoms, liberties, and system of justice. Whereas the Louisiana Center for Law and Civic Education encourages all citizens of Louisiana to read, study, and learn the contents of these great documents of freedom, including the Federalist Papers, which explains why the Founding Fathers included the component parts of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, which sets out grievances and reasons for an entitlement to independence. Now, therefore, the Louisiana Center for Law and Civic Education resolves and declares that the citizens of Louisiana should remember and honor all persons that fought in and gave aid and comfort to the cause of the American Revolution and the freedoms won in that war. It is furthermore resolved and declared that in this historic year of the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, that the citizens of Louisiana should study the Declaration of Independence, and it should be further resolved and declared that the citizens of Louisiana and the United States of America should study the reasons for and the causes of and the history of the American Revolution. It is further resolved and decreed that all Louisiana schools should teach, and all citizens of Louisiana and of the United States should study and learn the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution of the United States of America, the Bill of Rights, and the amendments to the Constitution of the United States of America, and the Federalist Papers. It is further resolved that this proclamation and the resolution shall be provided to all possible media sources and appropriate public bodies, including all state offices, all members of Louisiana legislature, the superintendent of all parish schools, and the social studies directors of all parish school boards and all universities and colleges in the state of Louisiana. We ask the board to adopt this resolution.
Motion.
I feel like I need to salute.
All right, we got a motion by Mr. Piazza and a second by Mr. Toller. I don't think we need a roll call vote on this, but I'll ask if there's any opposition. All right, with no opposition, the proclamation is adopted.
You got some history nerds
Thank
in
you.
here that are very proud of that, so
Yep.
thank you, Ms. Dillon.
All right, we have item B, general updates.
Yeah, so graduations kick off soon. I think the first one's May the 4th. What?
Before we do that, can you go back, Ms. Amanda? Can we, because I do want to make sure that we publish this in the, in our ledger, the Tangi Times. But I know when they send us these forms to endorse them, it's, so where it says, be it further resolved and declared that this, Louisiana Center for Law and Civic Education resolves and declares. Since this is our proclamation, can we change that to say, now therefore, the Tangipahoa Parish School Board resolves and declares, and then keep everything else?
Got it.
Because this is our endorsement of the content of this declaration. It doesn't do anything for us to endorse and declare that the Louisiana Center for Law and Education, Civic Education says this. I think that was the intent.
Say us, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Does anybody object to that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Got it. I'll have that updated.
So yeah, when it gets published in the Tangi Times, I'd like to say the Tangipahoa Parish School.
Good catch, thank you. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so my updates, thank you, Mr. Duncan. In about 14 days, we'll start graduation, high school graduations. It'll kick off with Independence High School on May the 5th, followed by May the 6th, Kentwood High, and then Amite High on the Thursday the 7th. Laranja High is on the 8th, May 8th, on a Friday night. And then we have our two largest high schools on Saturday, which is May 9th. We'll do Hammond High that morning at 10, and we'll do Ponchatoula at 3. And then we'll finish up on Monday night, the 11th, May 11th, with Sumner High School. And then I think we have a board meeting on the 12th, our next board meeting, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Long.
So it's a busy time of year. Today on the Facebook Coffee Talk, we talked about graduation stuff, and so about upcoming graduations and, you know, what happens when the students get there, what's happening behind the scenes, and different things for families and parents and students to know about. So we did that, and then we'll do a recap after graduation on our Facebook Coffee Talk that'll talk about all of our stats of our seniors, you know, how many received tops, how many has you know, dual enrollment credits, and how many have job credentials when they graduated, all that kind of stuff. So we'll be looking forward to sharing that with you all. But it's a great time of year, and it's been a fast year. It's gone by really
Yes.
fast.
100%.
And we look forward to seeing y'all in graduation, when those you can make, if you can make some of them, that'd be great. Thank you.
Your printed
Yep.
proclamation, so I can.
Yep. I give to you.
All right. So moving on to item 7,
Wait,
litigation. Sorry, go ahead.
So, Ms. Tilly, normally, I guess, since this is Amanda's first time, do we need to get on the list that she knows who's coming for each school? You send us out a list to ask us if we're going to graduations or not?
Yeah, she can email y'all or text you. And
Who's going to what graduation?
Yeah.
So the school needs to know, like, who.
We usually let the school know who's attending so that they can plan
I
enough chairs.
do need to say on the record, I will not be able to attend Laranja's graduation this year. I'm going to put an apology out. Now, I have my own personal family that's graduating from a private school, and I have to attend his graduation. So I just wanted to let Laranja know I won't be able to, but I'm going to try to attend their awards banquet.
Mr. President,
I'll sit 2 seats.
Yes, sir.
can we move item number 8 before
Yeah.
7? That way we can adjourn
Absolutely.
after 7.
All right, yeah, so we will skip over litigation and go to item 8, board acknowledgement. And Mr. Piazza, since you asked to move, you can go first if you like.
I didn't want to have to go first, but okay. All right. So I just want to thank the board for doing the superintendent search. I think that needs to be blasted from the rooftops. For one, it shows our commitment to our community members. I know a lot of times throughout the years, we get asked about our superintendent and the process in which that person is selected. And it's baffling to me how many people don't have a clue how that process works. So the more education we can give those people, the better. Gets us off our backs, for one, and for two, it shows that transparency that we love to talk about all the time. Congratulations to the students, staff, and importantly, the parents of those kids that came tonight and got those awards. We know those long nights of studying, especially those athletes who have games and practice and all those things that they entail. To have a 4.0 all through high school, I don't know how you did it. I truly don't. So my heart and my congratulations go out to those kids, parents, and staff. The main thing I really wanted to talk about tonight is graduation is upon us. Punchville High School does something really amazing that was started a long time ago. Some alumni have kind of taken it over in the past few years, and it's called Project Graduation. It is a event that happens after graduation in Ponchatoula. It's held at PARD inside of the gymnasium. It is for all graduating seniors. It is to help, limit kids being on the roads, doing those crazy parties after graduation. And, we've had some incidents in the past with kids getting in accidents and unfortunately losing some lives. So this project was created a long time ago. They locked the kids into the, used to be in the community center, now it's at PARD in their gym. And they can come and go as they please, just if you leave, you can't come back. But it's a big event. They give out door prizes. They got food that's sponsored by all the local community. They give out a whole bunch of gifts and stuff for the seniors. They got games and activities. It is a very, very cool thing. I usually participate in it mostly throughout the years. If you're interested in attending, please make sure you get with the administration or talk to Ms. Bridget Hyde-Delott. She is the chairwoman over the event. I highly encourage our seniors to participate in that event. It's a wonderful event, and if anything, it's one last chance to spend that last bit of time with your graduating class in a safe environment that is really there to celebrate you, and you get some really good door prizes most of the time. I mean, I think one of my neighbors got a brand new mini fridge for his dorm room, so it was pretty cool. I mean, they give out some good stuff. If you'd like to donate, again, contact Ms. Bridget Hyde. It's a great organization to do with. I couldn't be prouder of those guys and what they provide to our seniors on that wonderful night. To the staff and everybody else, let's finish strong. We're at the very end.
All right, Mr. Dominguez?
Yeah, I was going to mention about project graduation. So you gave a perfect explanation. That's really, it is a great project. I want to congratulate all of our senior superlatives making 27 or higher on their ACT test, and we had, I don't even remember the number, 30-something tonight for Punchville High, and a total of a lot of students that did that across our parish. So congratulations to all our other winners and to the parents who, were behind those kids all these years. Also would like to just make note, my graduating class, 1975, this was our 50th reunion, and a part of our reunion celebration, we took up funds for a donation to Punchville High School. And similar to the big sign that's in our boardroom, our class had a company make a big, huge sign in the lobby of the school, and we donated the funds that covered the cost of that. It's beautiful. And we also put our motto from the year above it in our Dedicated by 1975. It's great. They're taking pictures in front of it now for their, when kids get their ACT jacket. Punchville High also gives students an ACT letter jacket if they make a 30 or higher on their ACT score. So they've already been using the sign. I'm so proud that my class did that, and we did a little dedication this week, and it was a lot of fun, and we got a little private tour of our campus, the ones that were on the committee that came. So congratulations to my class for helping and celebrating their alumni.
Can you send a picture of that to Amanda? Maybe she could throw it up
Yeah, so
here
she
real
can
quick.
get it. Okay, I will.
Can you do it right now?
Oh, yeah, I can do it right now. Sure.
You got time? Will you throw it up on the screen? I hadn't seen it yet.
Oh.
Maybe y'all would like to see it out there. Mr. Duncan.
I want to humbly submit to the citizens of Tangipahoa that the selection of our next superintendent is slightly more important than the selection of our school calendar, and vastly more important
Very much more important.
than our school system's dress code. So I am hopeful that as we go through this process, that there will be at least the same level of public engagement with the board on how we are going about this process and the ultimate selection. When the public participates in these important decisions, it only strengthens the ultimate decision and strengthens what we do as a board. And so as we go through this process, there will be multiple opportunities at different stages for the public to be engaged. And I just want to encourage everyone to pay attention, be engaged, and lean on your board members to make sure that they're doing what you think is right for this school system. You saw tonight that the business community is going to be very involved in this process. They have made it clear they will have a strong voice. But there are other parts of our citizenry that also have a very important role and very important voice. And we need to hear from them. And you should not just quietly let one part of the community engage and you just sit back and let happen whatever happens. So again, to the same degree at least that you engage with us on the dress code and the school calendar and air conditions in buses and all of that stuff, please be engaged in this process.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Richards, you have anything, or you?
I just want to say that I was very, very proud to witness our schools, 5 of our schools, receive the Magnet Schools of Distinction in San Diego this past week, and it was just, so I don't make sure I don't miss anyone. But it was the Magnet Schools of Distinctions. Amite Elementary Magnet School, Amite Westside Middle Magnet School, Hammond Eastside Magnet Lower and Upper School, Greenville Park Leadership Academy, and Woodland Park Magnet Schools. And just to see Tangipahoa Parish being recognized amongst all of those schools, it was just a proud, proud moment for Tangipahoa Parish. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Ms. Avery?
Oh, wait, I have to say that. Okay, also, Caden Reed from Kentwood High School received a scholarship from the Magnet program also. So we're very, very proud.
Wishing everyone safe graduations. I hope they leave with more in their heart that they came with to our schools. I hope that teachers really impacted them one way or the other, and they take what they learned from us and put it out there in the world, because I know we have students that can be anything they want to be in Tangipahoa Parish. Also, to all of the students tonight that had their excellence in scoring that high. I don't even remember what I took on my ACT. I couldn't tell you if I took it even, but.
It wasn't a 27 plus.
It wasn't a 27 plus, I can guarantee it. Now, Mr. Jinko might have in our graduating class, but I don't know about me. But I want to congratulate them on that, and everybody be safe for graduation.
Once again, congratulations to Caden National Lift Championship this weekend. Great event. Got a chance to watch it Sunday on YouTube from Omaha. That's a big deal. Big boy, big accomplishments, and it's going to do well. Also, wanted to thank the administration for helping get the word out. North Oaks had a job career fair this afternoon at the hospital from 4 to 6. I just checked with a few people. Very good numbers of students that turned out. You know, when you think of the hospital, you automatically think of medical as far as doctors and nurses. but there is, in that room, I saw the setup for the tables, probably 20 or more tables set up from different departments to talk to students. So if they're interested in anything from electrical to plant ops to nursing to radiology, you name it, there is a table there for them to talk to a professional to give them advice on what to do in school. So I appreciate the administration helping me get that word out to seniors. I'll try to remind us again next year because the two biggest employers in this parish are the school system and North Oaks. So helping each other out is very important. So thank you.
Mr. Wilson.
Yes, congratulations to all the winners here tonight, the students, the parents that were here, and congratulations to all the seniors that's fixing to walk down the aisle and move on to the next stage of their life. Hope we prepared them and ready for that next step.
Right. Couple notes here. Just a note for us and people watching in this room. Our meeting is May 12th this week because it's postponed 1 week due to the graduation. I believe it's Independence graduating on May 5th. So after that, we should have our schedule back to normal, first and third Tuesdays. So again, meeting May 12th, not May 5th. Ms. Stilley and Dr. Porter, and along with the administration, they are hosting, y'all may not have heard this, but a realtor luncheon tomorrow. They've rented a room at the, help me out, Florida Parishes Arena. Yeah. So Ms. Stilley's idea and Dr. Porter's idea is just to educate the real estate agents that work, and I had nothing to do with this, by the way, this is their idea, to educate the real estate agents at what our schools have to offer. For example, they might be trying to move a kid into a home in Hammond and not suggesting Independence, not realizing Independence has these particular programs that might serve that kid very well. Or, they might have a kid that's interested in a service that's provided at the Advanced College and Career Center, and they have no clue we provide that service. So this is going to be really great for people who are representing families that are moving here to the parish. In addition to that, thank you to the business leaders that came today and spoke out and gave us their suggestions on how they think we should operate as a board. Like Brett mentioned, that is just tremendously important that we hear what you guys want us to do. Otherwise, we don't know. We can't guess. We can't send out, requests for ideas on everything. Voice them to us, text us, email us, hit us up on Facebook, however it needs to happen. Let us know what you want. Can't do what you want if we don't know what you want. So I'm glad that they were here. And again, congratulations to these guys who got a 27 plus on their ACT. It's a lot of kids. So we must be doing something right. I'd love to see double that many, but to have that many kids that are successfully taking that test, which I remember to be extremely difficult. Now, Brett was probably like, oh, I aced it, but it was not an easy test.
Definitely didn't get what my son got, I can promise you that.
Well, I tell you,
That's because he had his mom genes in there too.
You've produced some good fruit because I think Kendall was here in that group as well. So regardless of how well you did, your kids did well. So,
I'm sending my kids to your house, Brett.
Yeah, that's right. Congratulations to Brett. I saw Joey's kids yesterday. By the way, speaking of which, this is just probably not a great time for board acknowledgement, but I adore his kids. I think they're the two nicest, sweetest kids, and they were in church. And his daughter, she's a talker. And I think she
gets
the
that from
entire
her mom.
service.
She gets that from her mom, for sure.
But anyway, I think all of us have good kids. I mean, I can sit here and say something really nice about every one of y'all's kids. And that's, again, you can kind of tell how people are, if they raise their kids well, they got to be pretty decent people, right? So including Melissa and her grandchildren as well and her kids. So just want to say congrats to all y'all on that. And so I guess we will go back to the litigation section. And it doesn't call for executive session, but I do believe that we do need to enter executive session for this. Okay.
Before we go to that too, since we're on the graduation thing, I know we all get calls in these next few weeks about kids not walking. Please let them know that that is a state-driven thing and not us. I know Tangi parents is all lit up about certain guys, if they don't meet state requirement, they cannot do it.
We talked about that today on the
Yes, because I mean, we get lit up every year with that, and if they don't meet state requirement, that is, the LEAP test is out of our control. That is state governed, that is through the State Department of Education. That is out of our control. I just want that to be said tonight in a public meeting in case somebody's watching, because then they want to know that. I know I've gotten calls in the past, I've gotten some this year. If we don't have any control over a LEAP test.
We do host a summer graduation, though.
Yes.
For individuals who can later walk. Okay.
We need both of these? Okay. Move to enter into executive session to consider the case of Monique Dunn versus Tangipahoa Parish School System and the case of Contessa Weatherspoon versus Tangipahoa Parish School Board.
All right. We have a motion and a second by Mr. Westmoreland. All right.
Channel 17, proudly serving the Florida parishes.
Having come back from executive session, we have item A, consider the case of Monique Dunn.
On the Monique Dunn matter, there's no action to report.
All right, no action on item A. Item B is consider the case of Contessa Weatherspoon.
On the Contessa Weatherspoon matter, we move to adopt council's recommendation.
All right. So we have a motion to adopt council's recommendation. Do we have a second? Second. And we have a second. Any opposition? None. No opposition. Motion carries. And it's public input we have already heard, unless anybody else has signed up, which I don't believe they have. All right, so we will go ahead and move to adjournment. Thank you all.
Right.